educational video. Today we are going to be looking at the momentum setups, starting with INPX. It's a pre-market movement pushing past the 467 resistance, not able to hold up during pre-market, so waiting for a bottom around 387. That's going to come from the daily setup, of course. Scroll through there, and you see how nice this chart is. That's me being sarcastic. This should be a day trade only. We don't expect the gains to be held. We want to get out of this safely. We see wherever there are gains, there's quickly either selling or the price is coming down. So either way, making sure that we stay safe in that trade. So going into the trade itself, we're live watching this resistance push to 467 is good. Being able to get above it and close above it is nice. But then this failure into a VWAP reclaim, I highly anticipated this to fail, the 387 to fail if we had the pre-market low fail. This is too low. It just didn't need to do that, which is nice that we had the higher lows to build back up. A solid entry. We've been on this higher low confirmation. VWAP is totally acceptable too. Into the technically perfect bounce here. This is beautiful. Right there. Which we are long in. Grab that on the support. And either selling it at 10%, selling it at a 5% target, which inside that 5% target, this is a 1 minute chart. We don't need to sell in a green candle like this. You know, we're 1 minute into the trade, 2 minutes into the trade. Let's let it get up here. Okay, we start seeing lose momentum, secure 11%, walk away with a win, easy gain there. You know, if you did hold on to it, it didn't get too much better after this, because on this retest of the support, we like the higher low, but this needed to be a higher high. And because this wasn't able to push, we see it getting flat. We see where is the volume going to go? It's lunchtime. There should not be a push during this lunch period unless it's moving in a pace and in a fashion that algos are going to start picking it up, and we would have seen that 544 push. Now this is where a lot of us were waiting for that channel to play out, the 467 through the 544. Just not enough attention, not enough volume, but still much more volume than normal. Still a good profit to be had there. Jumping over to OGEN, this one was picked up a little bit late. I think we noticed it around 10 o'clock. So let's see. Yeah, this is 10 o'clock here, flattening out, holding above VWAP, a little bit of a pop, but realistically, the team and I understand that we don't want this below 114. This is a very nice habit of having a day like this, and this is a higher low on the daily. Don't get me wrong. This is something to watch, where this is flattened out a little bit lower than this one. But you see what happens after it moves. Just have to play smart, because we see, you don't want to be in this from $3 and watch it go to $1. And it could go much lower. It doesn't have to stop anywhere. So making sure we're staying safe in these trades by taking them when they're technically acceptable. We buy on top of support and sell into resistance. If you're early enough in this and you bought on top of the 75 support, that's awesome. But we don't need to chase it into a 105 where we take on much more risk than reward. We would have to risk 8 cents to make, with the potential of losing 30. That's just not in our favor. Why don't we wait until it's up here, risking much less? We could, the next, we don't even need to risk that much. Realistically, it needs to go or not, and risking a cent or two, and then just letting it push. This is a much better risk reward. Realistically, we'd give it some space on the bottom, but there aren't a lot of key levels there. I think you have 111, so maybe a 4-cent gain or a risk for 44. 1 to 11 isn't too bad. Moving on to the next one, AXSM. This is our friend from Monday. This has been very nice to us this week. Great spot by our team member Omer. Taking a look at this, he noticed the downward trend. We were concerned with the $6 support holding up, and it did great. The entry would have been above VWAP, but up here we're chasing. $7 $730, where the high resistance here at 8, because this was the channel that played Monday, 6 to 7 or 6 to 8, excuse me. Buying it's more than 50% up is the same situation we run into OGEN. We're not chasing, guys. We need to make sure we're taking a good entry so we can manage that risk. And VERI, this was lining up before lunch for a great play above 515. The week close, we'll get to that. With this open after pre-market movement, we can understand some selling. You're up from $4.50 all the way to $5.60, and it's going to pull back some. That makes sense, right? It even did a decent job holding above 5 or right below it. But it did catch that 515, catches a bid, a little bit of a breakout. We wanted the bigger move. We wanted the play that was past this, actually. So if VERI is going to play out, we want to close above 515, and we want to seize this swing potential. This could be 10 days. It could be 40, especially with the way this moves. Realistically, it's going to be under 3, probably 2 to 3 days if this moves. But that's all the time we have for today, guys. Come join us in the chat. Get this information live, and we'll see you there. wingtrades.com.